This crowd comes to its feet. Marcus plays. In the mix for the Dan Hodge Trophy. He'll be the first to tell you that's the goal.
It's really good wrestlers, and Braden Davis, knows position and knows where he's at. And
Mendez, a four-time Indiana State champion at Crown Points. Davis, a four-time Michigan State champion. He's from Belleville, Michigan. Went to stud. Nate Desmond won the Black Knight invite, defeating his teammate Luke Lillido. Davis around with that underhook right side.
And just like that match with Brock Hardy, Davis come out there competing here really well. In that match, he was able to go ahead and take down Hardy a couple times right away.
Fifth place and get on the stand for the first time in his career. One of 10 Penn State All-Americans. 2-on-1 for Davis.
It's a good position for him to be in right there. Not settling, not trying to tie up here from the biceps up, all right, but basically trying to grab those wrists, hit the elbow, hit the 2-on-1. Now there's that shot. Good switch off to a double and just drives him over. That was done with the lower body, Shane.
Here we get like a baseball. I feel like I'm at a baseball game. Best of both worlds, wrestling and some
like that.
I love the pep bands. The presentation here is second to none. They do such a great job. I cannot wait for the Big Ten championships. What are you doing during this 1 versus 2 showdown? Who are you with? What are you eating? What's the setup? Oh, nice counter there from Mendez. Mendez puts Davis on it.
Inside bicep tie, heavy on the collar, dropping right into a shot there.
Plants. Talk about a takedown with authority, Jim.
Yeah, just one more time. Just driving up with his lower body here and coming up with that lift, putting his head in the ribs.
Jesse Mendez, two-time national champion. Kyle Snyder, who's in the building tonight, has won 3. Logan Stieber in the corner has won 4. And you look at Mendez with another coach, Jay Jaggers. Tommy Rollins was fantastic, and the great late Kevin Randall.
Davis will go out there and trade blows with you. He'll go out there. We saw him in that match with just one more time.
Jesse Mendez is going to get on January 24th against Carter Young. He trailed at 7-0. What stands out when you watch Van Ness?
Well, when I watch Van Ness, I'm always, of course, he crowds the guy. I've mentioned this several times. He's able to go ahead and get closer to his opponent's legs than anybody just through this good motion, good ties ups in the stance. He gets, I kind of say it this way, he gets into your rice bowl real quickly. I mean, you can't breathe, okay? You've got to come out of your stance, and he's right in on a shot. He bounces off his knees as well as anybody in the country.
No score, 1:45 to go in the first. Fielding is from Jefferson, Ohio, wrestled at spot 74. As they want to make sure they are healthy for the Big Tens. There is Van Ness. That was lickety split quick.
Well, he faked going one direction
in this first period. Scoops up that near ankle.
And he'll do a lot of that from this position into that spiral ride type position here, knocking out the legs of the table as we talk about.
Jim, I want to go back to 133 briefly because I think it's a great wrestling point that you've made.
There, drop double right there, just a counter shot. Again, you heard me say this before here. You put the leg in, and that's the mat return that he decided to go ahead. Davino tried to use there. The only thing that you're usually going to give up is a reversal, okay? So if you just drop in on a leg, maybe you get to it and see another takedown there. Maybe not the right time.
3 takedowns, 9-3 lead, 50 to go in the second period. Half shot there by the Buckeye.
Another shot right there. That time is fought off pretty well by Fielding.
Good underhook there by Fielding. On the team scoreboard, it has been a great start. Here inside the Bryce Jordan Center, that attack. And he scores again in the final couple of seconds. But all kinds of time with 1:45 to go, early third period.
And Fielding did a pretty good job of powering back into him there, but this is gosh, look at that. He just put him in a chair right there.
And now he's going to work up, flirting with some near fall. Couple fakes there, straight out shot. And there it is. The 8th 10th ball of the season. Now 17-0, the #1 ranked 149-pounder in all the land for P.J. Duke.
That's exactly it right there. Got a quick angle right there. Got an underhook, so you got that type of power, but he can hit the other side too. Great example of that.
Duke now 37 takedowns scored.
Look at him follow that up.
Second takedown 40 seconds in. P.J. Duke from Slate Hill, New York. Minnesota Valley, 4-time New York State champ. As a freshman, won it at Carmel High School. the junior Dan Hodge Trophy winner, P.J. Duke.
You know, and after the last 2 weeks there for P.J. Duke, this Chase is coming into his life at a really good time here. You get a chance to relax in front of the home fans right here. You're one of the top-rated guys in the country, and you know, you're going to go out there and, you know, show off and be a little bit more relaxed, and it's a little bit more, you know, be a little freer out there without the pressure of, you know, a tight match like you had against Catchapone, and also a tight match with Antrell Taylor.
Tyler Kasak is redshirting for the... Look at that speed there from Duke, looking to drive through, and he scores again. The Utes was Kilgore. I believe Kilgore was his second title.
Oh, good.
3 more. 15-4, 35 to go in this first period. Duke 14-1 right.
Yeah, nice job of, you know, I like that sequence right there. You know, push him off the one direction, right? You get a little resistance back, you know, kind of cut him back the other direction, harass him a little bit.
In over a minute and a half of riding time. Great crowd as always.
Did a little
steps over, and P.J. Duke looking to get the fall here at 157. And he's got it. The slap of the wrestling. Jim, what a shocker right off the whistle, in on a leg.
Yeah, shot out of a cannon right there. Anticipates the roll through. He'll collect the points real easily.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, he's turned into a social media star here. Well, he probably always was, but you know, with his singing voice
he
here.
He can sing as well. A man of many talents. Messenbrink in dual meets has scored 41 takedowns. He's only given Hodge Trophy winner. I know he's listening tonight, continuing to get better. One of the great inspirational stories.
This is old school. Well, he gets another stall warning right there. Pretty much a parallel ride in that situation. You're really making your opponent in the bottom position work hard.
He's got Gallagher flat on. Lost in his career in the national finals in 2024 to David Carr of Iowa. Will go on bottom.
So Shane, does your new barber rep your, you know, your hair gel?
They're non-negotiables. That's one of them. Good toilet paper, good toothpaste, good hair gel. You do not take shortcuts in those areas ever. Here's a shot from Gallagher, head to the outside.
Gallagher in on a shot here on a crackdown position, and I'm got to keep on trying to advance right there. Maybe reach back and do the unthinkable.
And winning both those titles, completing a 27-0 season a year ago for
Whip himself out of that, and he'll go off the mat. So that burned a little clock, Shane. That's that shot I was talking about. He just commits to it. He doesn't care what's happening on the other end right there. Bounced his head up off the mat, but you know, he's got such flexibility. Messenbrink now, another shot here by Gallagher. He's in a good position. He's using some strength right there. Rolls his head to the outside. Will he be able to switch off to a double?
And the three-point takedown is awarded for Messenbrink, the Nittany Lion, in the Purdue on Sunday on Big Ten Plus. Craig Combs does a great job calling Boiler.
You know, I would say this is that you hear a lot of make him wrestle type of thing, but I think Patty Gallagher has been wrestling, okay? He's got in on some good shots. He wasn't able to go ahead and finish him against.
Bonus rate this season, living on the legs once again. Gallagher able to kick that left leg away. He'll wrestle here inside the Bryce Jordan Center for his third Big Ten title. Will crown 10 Big Ten champions 23 days from today.
His tail out to the edge of the mat right there. Wouldn't be surprised he gets another stall call here.
Victorious tonight. He turns his cheer music up and he's puffing his chest. It's his right to feel hellish, Jim. T.J. Sherrill gets the call tonight out of Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Wrestled at Spash Area High School. Was a Wisconsin State placer. Here's Levi.
Practice room and good teammate.
Levi Haynes on a single leg. Works up. Now going to corral that right ankle. And Haynes leads it through. Jim, when you look at this Penn State roster, the 6 number ones, the youth, all the scoring.
Yeah, and I would say this about them too. They don't ignore any phase of the sport, okay? You saw that, we talked about this earlier, the reversal with the legs being put in here by Marcus Blaze, the top wrestling that we've seen from, you know, Levi Haynes when he's going ahead and winning his national title, you know, getting out from underneath, dominating from the top position. We just saw it here with Mitchell Messenbrink here, you know, basically he can control a guy and own a guy from that top position. They don't ignore any phase of our sport.
You bring up a great point, Jim. I was thinking about it this week. You're right. Win
a tight match, okay? And that's the other thing, too. It's not just guys going out there and dominating. And we see, in tight matches there, that's where you see that separation, that
right on cue. Levi Haynes taking riding time to a minute. First one was to Vinny Zerbin at the Bearcat Open back in
basically sealed against that thigh right there, and then so that once he's able to go ahead.
Title match in 2023, 6-2. That was O'Connor's second title for the Tar Heels. Hamby at the national tournament has this armbar. He's running at center of the mat. Keeps on running.
He'll get it this time.
And he puts the Buckeye on his back. Lucas Bird ranked #1 in the nation at 133, the reigning Big Ten and national champion.
On the other side of the body there, nice job of working the head here. Now he comes back into that crackdown situation here. Again, chest sealed to that thigh. All right, makes the good switch over to the double leg right there. Now he's into a Turk ride right here. He's got the bottom leg turked, okay? And what you want to try to do is get your hips turned, get the belt buckle to the sky, turn the face.
Haynes has Cheryl in trouble.
That tricep right there, get the other shoulder down.
This will be a fall or a tech fall for his 9th of the season. His 15th bonus point win remains Dylan Fishback. Wrestling Rocco Welsh. Rocco Welsh ranked #9 bonus point victories from Waynesburg, Pennsylvania. 4-time finalist, 2-time state champ at Waynesburg Central. And Dylan Fishback coming to...
Rocco had quite a run there for the Buckeyes there, making it to the finals. And he was just a tough guy.
Still is.
Well, of course he is. He's even tougher now because he's got a in.
Fell in the blood round in both 2024 and 2025. Fishback, good opportunity here for the Buckeye in a single leg.
Yep, he's got that hips up there, trying to go ahead, scoop. He scores and covers the hips.
Rocco Welsh in dual. Jim, and I've learned a lot from listening to you, of course, but it's those little things that are not easy, by the way, that take some grit and toughness, technique, of course, but though riding time at 57 seconds.
Maybe a lot to ask, boy, but if he could finish in the top position.
Be huge.
No doubt.
Not to mention when you're on bottom, takedown midway through the first period and finishes the period on.
He said, I'm going to go down.
And
right?
your lead.
Yeah, and basically see if I can get out within that. If you win, the referee's not going to let you ride for another 2 minutes, okay? So that's why you want to go down in this position.
Close to perfect as possible against the #1 ranked guy, Rocco Welsh. A takedown, a minute and a half ride out, a quick escape, 4-0 for Dylan Fishback.
Wrestling a great wrestler.
Dylan Fishback.
One with being on the outside of the leg, he was able to pop his hips in, come in with an arch.
From Rocco Welsh.
Squared up pretty well. He's got the head stuffed. Back is content to stay in this position.
And Jim Welsh will have choice. He's been hit for stalling. What you don't want is to give up a stall call and an escape. Then a takedown could beat.
And I agree with that. You got to make Welsh earn it. As good as you've been in the top position. That's why the ride out in the first period was just huge, right there.
So riding time is locked up for Fishback. He leads it 4-1.
Square up there. It looks like Welsh has an opportunity to score, and he does.
So he's up by 2. A takedown would win it for Welsh. We're inside of 30 seconds. Head-hands defense. Now into a front headlock. Trying to spin around. Changes direction and gets the takedown on the edge. Rocco Welsh.
But at the same time, you just knew that, just needed another year of maturing, okay, and he's got a lot of it physically. He keeps a strong pace throughout the match. We've seen him
10-0, 100% bonus rate as well for Barr, 7 tech.
That underhook in there, he's got the ability to go ahead and, take that action and hit that underhook, and so far he's done a pretty good job as halfway through the match of, staying right there in the middle and battling, and not many people do that to Barr.
Geog's wrestling
here, but again, just a good seal of his chest on those upper thigh right there.
Heading into this dual meet, Jim, the 10 starters tonight for the Nittany Lions ratio, takedowns scored and takedowns allowed, 14-1. You can win some takedown and a ride out, 3-0. Earlier, we honored the 2016, and that team was Matt McCutcheon. I remember that guy, Jim, wrestled that Kiss. And great to catch up with him. I remember that guy. You remember that guy? Matt McCutcheon.
He had limped that leg out. Be interesting.
And one thing we know with Josh Barr, he can put up points in a hurry. And normally as the match goes on, that is better for Josh Barr, working on about a 70-gallon gas.
I've said this before, but you need to be in great shape to be able to breathe that hard, right?
Barr, a 4-0 lead over a half minute of riding time. And there is a stall call from that pressure on Geog as Barr going to tack on 3 on the edge. We've been in Lincoln, Nebraska a couple times this season, Jim, where they've broken attendance records. Friday night wrestling, great doubleheader tonight. After this, we will head to Iowa City. There is Brock Mantanona at 184.
And obviously hit a ton of technique here.
Here's Geog, head of the outside.
For him to manage, he's right there in the center of the mat. Geog is, can he go ahead and keep that? It's this crotch lift position here, holding on. Yep, there is. That shoulder falls to the outside of the knee. Great opportunity for Barr to score.
Death taxes and Josh Barr putting up double.
Geog comes right back in and grabbing that leg. That's not going to be. Yeah, this is. Looks over the corner. See Casey Cunningham.
Tyler lost in the blood round last March. He was 5th, an All-American in 2024.
Oh,
there you see the eye poke.
Yeah, that was. And he didn't get the near eye. He got the far eye. He was misdirecting the eye. Everybody at home could feel that one.
Nick Feldman.
Nick Feldman was struggling a little bit, I think it'd be fair to say. You know, done a nice job of clearing his head and getting ready for this season. Has a couple big wins over A.J. Ferrari. I think those are probably 2 of his bigger wins.
Black Knight Invite champ. He had a nice win 4-3 over Ben Keeter.
Yeah.
He beat Keeter 4-3. Feldman beating Keeter last Friday night 3-2. Keeter had beaten him all 3 matches a season ago.
Sola, 2 things is that he's willing to go out there and bang on the head, work the head quite a bit, all right, but he's also an excellent scrambler, all right? So if you get in on his leg, as we saw what happened with Keeter, ankles roll through, kind of split the legs and scored.
I may have misspoke. When he lost 3 overall this season, Feldman was a Big Ten finalist in 2024. 40 seconds in a scoreless match.
Low shot right there.
The #1 ranked wrestler at every weight class except 285. Younger Illinois and Nebraska in Champaign. Big match here with Cannon Webster and Antrell Taylor. Webster leading at 2-1, riding time and on factor, down to 15 seconds. Taylor gets to the body and plants Webster down for 3. You talk about winners win, Jim. Antrell Taylor.
He's going to have to be able to do that. Now, Mirasola in on a shot. Got the head buried right there.
And a stall call on Feldman.
Yep, the splits right there by Feldman. Trying to push pounds difference in weight right now. And
Feldman weighing in at 236. Mirasola to a double leg.
Cleans his ankles out. Oh, here's the scrambler that we're talking about.
No points yet. Mirasola trying to bring Feldman down to the mat. No.
Great shot by Feldman. He jumps in on that single leg, brings him back up over, comes out the back door. All right. And right here, he's got a hold of that cross ankle right there, that far ankle. Then he's able to go ahead and come back up. Weight is on the hand and the knee.
You and I are fans of points.
We are. In a tight match like this, okay, this is a better look. That's, oh my goodness. You know, what that's done is it's made Feldman think twice about taking his shot. You know, you got a good
from Feldman, and we will take this 1-0 score to the 3rd period. Outstanding wrestler brought to you by Cliff Keen Athletic. Rocco Welsh
likes to attack that right leg. Mirasola holding it back. He will attack that lead leg, so that
consecutive dual meets, and they have locked up the Big Ten regular season dual meet title. Their 6th in a row and 12th under head coach Cale Sanderson. We come up on 60 seconds remaining in the 3rd, 1-1.
Yeah. And Mirasola doing a nice job of staggering one leg forward here. That lead leg up to get to the strong one here. Maybe I can go ahead and just hit a snatch shot right there and stay. He doesn't really want to go down underneath, I think, Mirasola. That's a strength for Mirasola.
We saw overtime at 125 and 133. Feldman with some great flexibility and quickness.
Yeah, to get
again, he weighs 230. Here's Feldman on a single leg counterattack, switching off to a double leg. Feldman tries to roll it through, but Mirasola gets the W.